Conquerors, warriors, welcome into another edition of the Front Seven Rush Show. I'm Vince Ingram. I'm a superstar producer, big time Bijan Kelly.
Yo, here we are, back in it, back at it.
Happy Monday, man. Happy Monday, bro.
Happy Monday.
Yeah, yeah. Happy Monday, man. How you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. You broke up a little there, but let's let's pray that we're good for the rest of the show.
Yeah, how's that? Am I still working up?
No, you're fine.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
Cool.
Monday, lunes. I had I think I had my longest conversation in Spanish today.
Really, I didn't know you spoke that much Spanish.
I didn't know that either, but today it was flowing out.
Really?
Yeah, yeah. It was
Okay,
cool. It was cool.
okay.
One of the ladies that I don't know. I mean, what did you call her? Custodian, cleaner. Uh,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I guess, yeah.
Uh, but yeah, she's super nice. Her name is Dora. Super
hmm
nice.
hmm
We always have like little exchanges and stuff, but today was like a full blown like conversation. It was crazy.
Right, right. Okay,
That was a
cool.
little bit of my Monday.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, man, the weather's been bad, so one
Mm.
of them cold for me. So, but I wasn't in it long, so I was in and out like a bank robber, which is
Oh,
cool.
okay. Yeah, because I was about to ask, you had to have had at least 3 layers on, man.
Nah, it wasn't. I was in and out, man. Quick today.
Okay.
We was actually super light, man, and not a whole lot going on, and which is cool.
Yeah.
Um, it's not good working that weather. Most of the time we don't have a choice, but when we can get a break from it, it's not bad. It's not a bad deal. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Heck yeah.
it's cool, man. It's cool. So anyway,
Wait a minute. You're not just gonna pass up what you're wearing right now.
well, I mean, I wanted to kind of, you know what I'm saying, man,
All
display
right.
our front seven rush jackets, man. Dealing with the
Oh,
weather. Let me see if y'all can get a good look at this joint. Blow. Let me see if I can spin around in this joke. Hold on a minute, man. Hold on.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna need one of those, man. I'm gonna need one of
You
those. I
see
don't
it?
have one. I don't have that. I don't got that in my closet.
Yeah. I mean, it's just an order form way, you
I'm gonna
know.
need one of those. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
gonna get one of
I mean,
those.
nice and feels good, you know what I'm saying? Nice and toasty.
That's a winter jacket.
Yeah, I mean, but it's not a super heavy joint.
Yeah,
You can do it with, anything from the 60s on down. I would say stay 60 to 40. You
yeah.
good. Anything under 40, you probably want to go a little heavier.
I
It
see
just
it's
depends on
padded.
what it just depends on what you got on under it. Um, but I mean, it's got the buttons, man. You can get it in different colors. You can get it in the black. You can
Sheesh.
get it in the camo. You feel me? So,
Mm.
I like to rock my white, so
Yeah.
this one
Hey, the
came
the collar's unique too.
yeah,
I like
you
that.
know, almost a little Letterman type
Yeah.
flap to it,
Okay.
comfortable.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
So,
I don't know how that skipped my closet. I'm gonna have to drop an order.
well, yeah, man, I'm a creative dude, man. I mean, it's hard for me to promote, everybody else. Hey, man, y'all go out and get it, and I don't have it myself, you
Yeah.
know.
I
So,
hear you.
hopefully, somebody see it, like it, wanna jump on it, man.
Heck
You
yeah.
know. The lovely, how you doing, Bodine? What's up, Cug? Um, yeah. So, anybody else checking us out right now? We really appreciate it. Shoot it out there, man. How you doing? Just shoot us a hey, thumbs up. Some if you don't like spelling words out, they can do like a thumbs up or something on there, BJ.
Yeah. Like the video. At least we'll see that you're liking it or reacting and stuff.
Right.
Because a lot of you, what we're saying, don't comment for whatever reason. So,
Yeah, I mean, a lot of these turkeys they
you're
shy,
shy.
man.
You're shy, right?
I first of all, no disrespect to nobody. It's no disrespect, but I mean, if you shy in your adulthood, I feel sorry for you. You can't be a shy adult. You feel me? You
Gotta
can be
step
a shy
out.
kid or even a shy teenager. So take this, man, and this is only constructive criticism, but there shouldn't be no such thing as a shy adult.
Mm,
You
don't
won't
shy
be. I
away.
mean, at that point in your life, once you reach adulthood, confidence ought to be shooting through the roof, shooting through the roof. So you realize you make mistakes. You realize everybody don't talk as the same. You realize your English may be broken a little bit. That's cool. It just once you become an adult, you shouldn't care about who judges you. Only God can judge you, and yourself. So you know,
God's green earth.
yeah. When I was younger, man, it was hard for me to talk in front of people.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but now, man, I could care less. You know what I'm saying? No jitters, man. I mean, not, if I know the material,
Yeah.
of course, I did some presentation before and bombed. I mean, straight quiet crickets, but I didn't really know the material.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, but I took that lashes, man, and fought another day. So I mean, it happens, man. It happens to the best of us.
I've had similar stories.
Yeah, yeah. But I could truly say it wasn't nerves. It was just I didn't know the material, and I didn't know exactly how I should have been doing it. Somebody gave me really good instructions that I should have listened to, and I didn't. Came back to bite me in the ass. You know what I'm saying? But it's all good. It's all good.
If it was a snake, it would have bit you.
Yeah. So look, brother, we're gonna jump in on these topics, man. We got some stuff to talk about, and like I said, if you're out there, let's chime in on this stuff, man, because we got a couple of major topics to talk about. So let's jump right in. Let's talk about these cops, man. These black cops. It's a lot of different things coming in about these black cops that makes the story that much more interesting to me anyway, because I've seen some of these type of cops. And it's been kind of confirmed that what's coming in is true. So we got 5 black cops in Memphis that's done beat a young brother to death, kill this guy. Yeah, we don't know what he did or whatever. We don't know, but there's nothing that this cat could have did to endure that type of punishment. Man.
Yeah, no. Yeah, I got my own things, but I'm gonna let you just run with it first.
Okay. Well, I've been keeping up with it, man, because it's so disturbing. And they got video after video. I'm yet to watch a full video because I can't watch a whole video of that, man. When I tell you, coming from somebody like me and my guys, man, the cats that I know, that I hang with, man, that's even if we boys, okay, and we've been out somewhere before, or we've had altercations at the park in our early years and stuff like that. Man, as long as it's 1-on-1 or 2-on-2, we good. My partners we're not jumping on nobody. We're not jumping on no one guy.
No.
So to me, that right there was such a freaking coward move that alone needs to get these guys locked up.
How do you pronounce his name?
The guy who passed away.
Yeah.
I think it's Tyree.
Tyree. Okay.
Yeah.
Tyree.
I think so, man.
Tyree Nichols.
Tyree Nichols, man, and it's so sad, bro. Now it's coming out. So I've already heard they've been saying that the young gentleman worked at FedEx. Now it's come out that one of the officers, what's this cat's name? Haley, this Demetrius Haley guy, his lady worked at FedEx.
Okay, so I'm gonna let you keep going. Okay.
Yeah. Apparently, he felt like Tyree was knocking his lady down. Okay, which makes him a bigger piece of crap You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Makes him a bigger piece of crap
Yeah.
that you mad at this dude. I think we've done some shows on this, man. Now
We
you
have.
hot with this man because he blowing your lady back out.
Give it
Now,
to him.
BJ, I have I haven't witnessed this firsthand, but I've known people who've gone through something similar.
Yeah.
Not as far as the murder part, but somebody and his lady was, you know, the dude was knocking his lady down, and he's wanting to, he got a problem with the dude.
Mm-hmm.
Are you for real, man?
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Unnecessary.
Right. So more and more things are coming out, man. But I just want to speak about that a little bit. Jimmy and Bodine, the lovely, y'all chime in on this,
Yeah.
man.
What do
Let me
y'all
know what
think?
you think about this crap.
So when it comes down to that, right? So I watched the video, and like you said, I don't even think it's necessary to see the full video. You said you didn't see it. I haven't seen the full video, like second by second, but I think I've seen enough, right?
Mm-hmm.
I've seen the beginning, I've seen the middle, I've seen the end. Okay. And so I've seen enough to be able to tell there was 5 black police officers and there were other officers as well.
Mm-hmm.
The other officers weren't necessarily involved in that part where they caught up to him and they were
Mm-hmm.
beating him like his family described, like a piñata, but
Right.
they were still involved.
Right.
So in the tape, you see them pull him over. It's a traffic stop, but they first off, I think he was in the middle of the road. So the way they stopped him, they stop him in the middle of the road. Don't even let him pull over. They've already got guns out and they're yelling at him before they even get like to the car. You know what I mean? They don't even like they're already so the way the already this tells me, all right, what is it? You
Mm-hmm.
know, is this a normal traffic stop? Is this dude like in trouble for something else?
Mm-hmm.
And the guy that comes out, very unassuming, very unassuming. He's using the most proper voice you can imagine, and the way he carries himself, he just looks like a scared, just young man.
Mm-hmm.
Just looks like afraid for his life.
Right.
So I do see when he gets out, people there's probably 1% at this point saying it, but there's people that say, oh, he was resisting. In the beginning of the video, you see them try to get him down to the ground, and he was on the ground. He's like on his side or something like that,
Mm-hmm.
but he's not getting all the way just flat,
Mm-hmm.
But he's like communicating with them, like, hey, what's like, I'm not like, this is ridiculous, like, and not in like, I would say he's coming off very human, just trying to speak to any humanity in these guys that are
Mm-hmm.
just yelling at him, all these different commands and stuff, telling him to get down flat. They're in his way. He can't even get down flat.
Mm-hmm.
Just scaring him, right? And then so okay, they escalated. They pepper spray him while he's on the ground. Now he's really like thrashing around because I mean, I can imagine. Like, you're already scared. You don't think you did anything wrong.
Mm-hmm.
And you're like, okay, this is they're they're gonna take this to a point that I'm not ready for. So
Right.
he at this point runs. At this
Mm-hmm.
point, he runs away. After they pepper spray him, I think he's thrashing around, and so he like stands up. They're kind of like hands off. I guess they're just letting him just take the pepper spray, I guess. And so like he's actually up at this point, and they tase him, and he takes his shirt off. I guess that helps get the little taser prongs out and stuff, and he books it. And
Mm-hmm.
they don't even like immediately chase him. They're just kind of standing there like like it's weird. It's like the way this whole thing is paced. It's
Mm-hmm.
like a game in a way, because typically you see these videos and you see police officers, they have this like crazy sense of urgency about them.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy sense of urgency, like, oh, everything is life threatening, go, go,
Mm-hmm.
go, go, go. Oh, he's trying to do this. He's trying to do that. Stop doing this. But these guys, it's like a weird pace to it. Like the
Mm-hmm.
way I described it was like a mafia pace. Like I've only ever seen it in a movie, you
Right.
know?
Right.
And so then you see like the clip where they catch up to him and they got him on the ground and the dude is like punting him in the face. And what I'm saying is like the way the guy even just kicks him in the face, he's like walking up to him with this pace, like he's taking his time, like he's enjoying it. He's not like, he's trying to do something, quick kick him. Like, you typically see that. You see this urgency with police.
Yeah.
No, this like it's like they're holding him for the kick.
Yeah.
It's like and the whole thing is just so sinister in a way. And then you tell me that, apparently the guy allegedly worked at FedEx. Allegedly, one of the police officers' wife or something worked at FedEx too. So I
Baby
mean
mama,
that kind of
makes kind of tying up now. Like,
yeah,
what this is why, because he was in the video, you can hear him saying like, "What's going on? What I do?"
exactly.
And man, that's such a bitch move, man. That's such a bitch move, man. And apparently, I mean, based off of what I read, the other cops knew about it. They knew that this guy was either messing with this dude's gal, flirting with her, or banging her. One of the three. But so yeah, because they said that he like saw him. He caught him. Yeah, he caught him. So it's nothing that she came and was like, this guy's harassing me.
Right.
But nothing like she was a violent, she volunteered for whatever went on between them. And then he just got like this. The lovely said it was a white cop who tased him first. So they never talked about the white guy.
Yeah, so that's what I was gonna bring up, right? And that was the next thing. So there was a white cop there too, right? But you don't hear about him in the murder, case, right? But you do see statements come out that he's been fired, he's been released, and so I'm not gonna say he should get charged with murder, because if he wasn't a part of the beating, okay, sure, maybe it wasn't first degree murder or whatever they got charged with, but the way they were all assisting, the way they all just didn't come into this man's aid, I mean, I don't know the law, but is that accessory to murder? Is that, I mean, he's on the scene. The way, I mean, you get the street camera. It's like from a street light or something, or a stoplight camera. I don't know. So it's a top down angle. He's in the footage. He's at some points he has his back turned. Like he's like, yeah, y'all do your thing. When do you see that? If police have their foot in some guy's ass, they all got a toe in it, because it's like the sense of urgency. You don't see them turn their back and say, yeah. Right. You guys take care of what y'all need to take care of. So this whole thing is like, it's just sinister.
Yeah. And you would think, man, with the white cops and whoever else was standing around, this is that one time, or this was a great example or time for these black cops who had stepped in, and but they added to it, man. It's sad, man. Vicky said this is truly awful. All need to be locked up, including all officers standing by black and white. Her understanding, more officers and firefighters will be charged.
Yeah, going with what she just said, I looked it up, and apparently 3 EMTs were also fired because apparently they just watched him die. That's a quote from the, I think, police chief or some leaders. They say that he could have lived if the EMTs involved followed standard medical care, but apparently they weren't checking on him. They didn't give him oxygen. They didn't start an IV. They didn't do any of this like in time.
Well, hell,
and they describe it.
Yeah. Don't look like they had a chance to get in there. They were jumping, whooping him like they was doing.
Well, it was after.
Wow.
So there was a lot of time apparently after where they just left him just kind of sitting there.
Love is saying they had a white cop on video saying, "I hope they stop his ass or stomp his ass to death." Wow. Xavier said a white cop
Yeah,
has not been fired yet, still under investigation.
I saw that he was fired,
Okay.
but
Lucid
I
locked
mean,
them all up.
internet.
They didn't stop it yet. Bodine say what's scary is that these police officers can use the resources that they have to locate and get information on an individual and use it against them. Like a gang. This cannot be the first time.
They govern themselves.
They do, man. And he right. I mean, all they need is a name.
That's all.
All
I
they
was
need is a
just
name.
telling I was just telling my girlfriend, I was like, you know, technically, let's say this were to happen and well actually no, what did I say? I said oh we were talking about how
BJ froze, I'm froze. Oh shit. If I'm froze, am I froze or is BJ froze? Uh,
hey, are we back?
yeah. Was you
Okay.
froze or was I froze?
I think we were both froze.
I wasn't froze. Hell, I
Oh,
was
oh,
just,
okay. It was me
could you
then.
see yourself moving?
No, no, it went black for me.
No, man, I was still here, man.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yikes. No, but before anything happens to the signal, so we were it was like a little conversation after that. I was like, so like if a police officer pulled somebody over and let's say they pulled them over and confiscated something from them, like basically robbed them and then just went about their way, right?
Hmm.
I was telling her, I was like, well, let's say that guy files a report. Okay.
Hmm.
And then let's say that report just either comes up missing, doesn't get filed, or it's internally investigated,
Hmm.
you know? So then they do their let's say they do an internal investigation and they find out, oh, this is a real officer. So they decide, we're gonna handle this ourselves, aka not handle it, or
Hmm.
maybe they're a part of it. And like anything, basically we're just kind of going down that path of just like anything could just be justified.
Hmm.
Anything. There's no, I haven't seen any outside, um, what do you call it? A department of the
Hmm.
government like govern the police.
No, they don't, man. They their own. It's like Bodine said, man. They're a fraternity.
Yeah.
They're a fraternity, man. And once you in, but they put you out if you don't rock with the masses. If you don't rock with the majority, they can get rid of you. Xavier
Yeah.
said Tyree was dating the cop's ex gal, the baby mama. Yeah, that's what we heard. Lewis said when he talking to a lady cop, he won't date one that works in the county he live in.
Mm.
Yeah, I don't think that's cool either, man. Because they just, you don't want people to have too much access to you right away.
Yeah.
I've known people to do that, man, to have that kind of leverage where they can get you investigated.
Mm.
And I think that's the weakest crap in the world.
They could, and that's kind of all I was like. We were going in that conversation, just saying the possibilities, right?
Right.
Like anything they want to look up, anything they want to cover up, if
Hmm.
they got the support of their, like you said, fraternity, if they got support of their their blue, what do they
Hmm.
call it, blue lives,
Yeah.
then
Yeah.
I mean they can do anything they want.
They can do anything. They can do anything. Any type of government official and
Mm-hmm.
man, forget that crap. Um, but yeah, man, hopefully they get everything that's coming to them.
Yeah.
Because they charged them with second degree murder, and I'm with Vicky and the rest of them. All of them should be charged.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Everybody that was there that didn't render aid, that didn't step in. That's the thing, man. Like you said, we sitting here now saying they are fraternity. So when some of them are doing wrong, the others kind of turn their back.
Yeah.
That's what has to stop. That's the only thing that's gonna stop these cops, man. They know right and wrong. So they'll come up with different things like, they need to be trained better. And no, they don't need to be trained. They know what the hell they're
Mm-hmm.
doing. But like
Mm-hmm.
BJ is saying, they get to a point to where they feel like they're above the law
Mm.
and it don't apply to them, and they can do whatever they want to, man.
Anything.
I've um back in the day when me and my people used to hang out and stuff like that, man. You'd have cops working the different spots or whatever, man. They would be very aggressive and very rude, because they'd be working the spot, so they cuss it. Hey, man, move this effing car. All right, man. Give me a minute, man. The traffic, hey, man, you don't move this effing car, I'm gonna take you to jail right now.
Yep.
I've heard this, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
I've had cats tell me that, and I'm like, damn, dude. But
Footage
they just,
all over YouTube of
yeah. I
set
mean,
tripping police officers.
they're tripping for real.
They're set tripping. They're like gangsters.
Yeah. And I mean, they just get to that point, man, and they'll let you know. I'll do this to you. I'll shoot your ass. I'll da 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 da.
Ridiculous.
Yeah.
So one last thing I want to read. So there's this article that's basically describing why 3 other Memphis Fire Department personnel were fired.
Mm-hmm.
So basically 2 emergency medical technicians and a fire department lieutenant have been terminated over their response to that January 7th encounter. Police pulled him over in what they initially said was suspicion of reckless driving. After they pulled him over and he ran away, they caught up with him at a second location. They did the beating. So then he was slumped on the ground in handcuffs. And they all walked away from him, and he laid there for 23 minutes. 23 minutes passed before a gurney arrived at the scene, and then he was hospitalized.
Where he died in the hospital.
Yeah, 3 days later. Yeah.
And that was from his injuries.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow, that's a deep one, man.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, it's sad, man. We're going to pray for the family and pray for justice. Everybody get what's coming to them. And, it's going to happen, man. And they have to. They got to get everybody involved. Thank God they're firing a lot of these people. And I guess right now they can only charge those cops. So if somebody else come up where they can charge them, they need to charge them. But anyway, listen, we're going to keep it moving, man. We're not going to hang out on that too long.
Let's bounce.
Everybody that's listening to the show, I'd like for y'all to think about your Super Bowl pick. We got the Philadelphia Eagles and the Kansas City Chiefs. Getting it on February the 12th, Sunday, February the 12th. So I'd like to know before we end the show tonight, just everybody just kind of post their pick. If you feel like the Eagles will win or the Chiefs will win, just post your pick. I mean, it just be cool. So we'll see at the end after the Super Bowl, we'll just kind of see who the winners are and who the losers are. But just think about it. And we got 2 really good black quarterbacks, two really good coaches. Philadelphia has the best defense, the second best defense in the football behind the 49ers. They got one of the coolest little quarterbacks I've ever seen. And then Kansas City has the best quarterback in football. So
the best.
Patrick Mahomes is the best quarterback in football. Bam. But it is it's going to be a really good game. And so y'all just throw your picks out. Think about it when we finish the show. Everybody just kind of post their picks. Lewis said he want Mahomes to win. Yeah. It's gonna be a good one. So real quick, we're not gonna talk about this long. Mm-hmm. Ed Reed is a Hall of Famer, ex-NFL player. I think he played about 12 years. He's at odds with a college, Bethune-Cookman. Is a college in HBCU, and he was first offered the job to come head coach. That would have been his first coaching job in football. and he kind of went there a few weeks back, and he made some live videos, kind of down talking to school and the facilities, and I'm picking up effing trash, and this is ridiculous, and da 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 da. You have to go back and look at some of the videos. Well, now, so of course, Bethune Cookman said, "We withdraw our offer. We don't want you here."
Mm.
So now Ed Reed is kind of going back and forth with them because he's saying, I was just passionate about it. I didn't mean no harm, this, that, and the other. And so he's since hired somebody, man. I don't think it's an attorney, but he is still saying he wants the job, but they're saying, no, we don't want you. And so, I get what Ed was trying to do, man. But I think he handled it wrong. Just the way he shouldn't have went live. That's what I tell you, man. Social media is something else, man. He did this like trying to bring awareness to the school, but he dogged the powers that be at the school.
That doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense, man. I mean, but he was live talking about how nasty the school was. Me and my players got to pick up trash. The locker rooms are a mess. This and that and the other. BJ, just think about if you go to your job tomorrow and you say in front of your boss, man, this job ain't worth a damn. I mean, my office is garbage. This is this. Do you think you're going to have your job at the end of the day?
No, definitely. I mean, what it sounds like is he thought he was coming in above the job. Like he was coming in as top dog, but apparently you're getting hired, you
Yeah.
know? It sounded like he was coming in like, "Oh yeah, I can say all this cuz I'm going to come in and I'm going to clean it up. I'm going to change it up." But now you're coming into somebody else's camp
Yeah.
and talking about how filthy it is.
Right. Yeah.
I don't like that.
Yeah. Yeah. You can't do that, Ed. And now I think he kind of, you did it the wrong way, brother. He had good intentions, man. I think he'll make a great football coach. He's so passionate and one of the best safeties that ever played the game. But he did that all wrong, man. All wrong. And I think he's trying to kind of link up with Dion, and Dion don't want no parts of that. Because I feel like Dion knew he handled that wrong. You can't go in and that apparently Bethune Cookman is a Christian school. You can't go in there, man, doing all that cussing and
I didn't even know that.
I think Bethune Cookman is I think Bethune Cookman is a Christian school. But you
Man.
can't do that, man. You can't go in nobody's facility, go live, put blast them out there and then be, real aggressive with your words like that. You can't do that, brother.
Mm-mm-mm.
Can't do that, man.
They
So
they're affiliated with the United Methodist Church. I don't see them actually being a Christian school, but affiliated would say, I mean, might as well
okay.
unofficially, you know.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Man. Yeah, they're not gonna stand for that. I mean, they got, what would you say, like standards, like high standards with that, or like
Well, they definitely have standards, man.
low
And
tolerance.
they felt like Ed would kind of come in like Dion did at Jackson State, which he probably would have. He probably would have been able to do a little bit more recruiting.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of young men would have been interested in going to Bethune Cookman.
But now it's gonna be oh well, we can't allow that sort of leadership here, and he's not the right fit because
Right.
of the message that he So now it's changed into that, and I mean this is a mark. Now this is a mark on him.
It is. It is. It definitely is. No matter who he is. I mean, you're not gonna. He's not. He claimed, he got other jobs that he could take, but I don't think so. I don't think
Now,
so.
maybe before.
Yeah, but before he surely did. But now, since he did all of that, man, and if you pull up any video, I mean, he's there on a couple of them. He crying, and you know, how this is about the kids, and he got 20-some kids already committed, and you know that he promised their parents that he was going to be the coach, and now he's not going to be the coach. And but
He better hop on one of these next up gospel albums with Snoop Dogg or Kanye West, because he needs to go on a tour, apology tour.
yeah, that one is not going to work out, man. I hate it because, like I said, I think he would have made an amazing coach, but yeah, that was just dealt with and handled all the way wrong, Bodine. So yeah, that's not going to work out. Brother, what's up, man? So Bodine said Kansas City. He said he taking KC. Jimmy said he taking the Eagles. The Lovely said she taking Philly. Lou said Mahomes. Okay. Before we've done, I'm gonna give you mine. I'm gonna give you why. And I'm telling you, if you got any money you're trying to put up, you need to ride with my pick, because I mean I know how to pick winners, and I know why, especially when it get down to two teams. And I'll tell you what to look for and why this team is going to win. I mean, it hadn't failed, man. I've always picked the Super Bowl winner, probably in the last 5 years.
So if I bet $1,000 on whatever you're guaranteeing, no contract, but you're guaranteeing.
If you bet 1,000, man, you're gonna, depending on your odds, you'll probably win 1,000. Because I mean, my pick is gonna be on. Just who's gonna win. You know, that's not with the
more
points
than 1,000
or nothing like that.
Damn.
I'm gonna find me somebody to get with, you know, or some organization to get a little bit out of it. So BJ, I sent you a video, man, and I'd like you to pull this video up. I thought this was interesting, man. Bro, I want to get I would like to get everybody's view on this, because I thought this was interesting, man. So basically what the video is, and it came from a young lady's perspective and a guy's perspective, and both of them pretty much was saying the same thing. So the young lady was saying, if your man only made $38,000 or so, she threw some number, $50,000 or something, he better know how to be an electrician. He better know how to work on the yard. He better know how to. Basically, what she's saying was, if you only making $50,000 a year, you better bring a whole lot of crap to the table. You better be real handy around the house. And so then it switched to a young cat, and he said the same thing. He said, if you only making $50,000 a year, you better be cleaning, you better be cooking, you better be you better be doing this. So my question to everybody is, is there a limit? Is there a limit? So if you, because I want to know, so if you make $150,000 a year, are you exempt from this? Are you exempt from these things?
Are you?
That is something that, look, yeah. If so, I mean, I want to know, Bodine, if your lady making $100,000+ a year, do she have to still cook? Do she have to still clean? Because basically, that's what they saying. If they making more, they don't have to do all that stuff. What you think, BJ?
I'm guessing they're assuming that if the man is making 50, the woman's making more, and that's why he has to wash, cook, and clean, right?
No, not necessarily. That's not what they're saying. And you'll look at the video, because I could be wrong. But I think what they're saying is, it don't matter how much. If the woman is making $150,000 and the guy's making $150,000, I think both of them are saying, hell, we can hire somebody. We can hire a cook. We can hire a maid. And she's saying we can hire somebody to do the yard. But what they're both saying is, if you making 50 or less,
whoever's making less.
Whoever's making less. You got to be, So if you that lady and you making less, that guy is saying you better be cleaning, you better be cooking, you better be ironing, you better be doing all these things. And that lady is saying, if you making 50 or less, then you better be putting up ceiling fan. You better be painting. You better be mowing yard.
Oh
Cause that
man.
little 50, take your 50. That other stuff around the house you do is equivalent to your other money. I
Yeah.
mean, because you should be. Because it sounds like what both of them are saying is you should be doing more than 50.
Yeah.
And if you ain't doing but 50, you got to come on with it somewhere else.
Okay. I mean, I'm with it so far. Let's play the video.
Okay, let's hit this video then. Y'all get your thoughts together and we just gonna rock and roll from there.
Check this video out.
If you make 38,000, you need to be handy. You need to know how to light bulb and put a fan up and put on a light switch. If you make $38,000 a year, you better cut the grass. You better wash dishes, cook food, wash clothes, fold. I mean, everything. Like if you literally, it has to back. We talked about this. Remember, again, if you're an electrician, you add value to your household by knowing how to do all the electrical stuff. So your 38 is now, I don't know, 72. I don't know, like you.
I ain't double. That's a stretch.
Well, no, because that's a
other value.
Because wait, hold on.
no, that's a hustle. Because you got your job, then you got your side gig. No, that's a hustle.
But that's what women need to understand too. If you only make 38,000, 50,000, you better cook, you better clean, you better wash my clothes, you better fold them and iron them and hang them up. No, because that is your value. That's your tangible value. If you make $50,000 as a woman, you better come correct and do your due diligence in that household the same way as a man who makes $50,000 better know how to be handy.
Yeah.
They sound a little aggressive to me, but I think, yeah, I mean, I kind of agree with it on a less aggressive tone. I think it's just a matter of not necessarily who makes less, but I mean, I think it's an effort thing. Like, if so, typically you got like the stereotype, like the man is out long hours and he's making the most. So the woman, of course, does most of the home stuff. So I see it in a sense of energy and effort and where it's being spent and balancing that out. So like, I don't see it as just money, because she could be working a 12-hour job and be making less. And that means she needs to come home and do everything. Like, no, I don't think it's just solely money. That's just me.
Oh yeah, they're saying they're putting that ticket price on it. If that's all you, I mean, because I guess they saying if you're not making 38,000 a year, your job can't be that hard.
I guess so. I mean, probably not.
or you're not working that many hours, so you should have a lot more time to do a lot of crap around the house. Because
for the most part,
yeah, because your salary is not adding up to the time that you're out the house.
Yeah, that's either a seasonal job or you are making like minimum wage.
Yeah. So I mean, but what's your take on if you make 150,000 a year? Should you still have to come home and be a handyman?
If you make 150,000 a year, I think it's time to pay for a few things. Not everything, but I think it's definitely time to. I mean, you shouldn't be plumbing your own stuff if you make 150,000 a year. I don't think.
Okay.
I mean, not that you couldn't, but you shouldn't.
Right.
I mean,
does 150,000 a year mean that you spend a lot more hours working? Possibly.
I would say possibly. I mean, well, in America, no, not necessarily. It could mean you work less hours. But let's say stereotypically, yeah. I mean, that would mean.
So let's take out the hours. Just because you got yourself to a position where you're making 150,000 a year.
Yeah.
Should you be required to still cut the yard? even if you got the time.
I don't put a price on it, because if I'm making 150,000 a year passive and I'm sitting around, I'm at the house, I should be doing something.
Mm.
That's just me. So I don't like how they placed like you said, a ticket value on it.
They
Like,
place ticket on it, man. Yeah. The lovely says she don't care how much money he makes. She prefer a man to know how to use his hands, who knows how to build and fix things. Oh, Vicky taking no, she's not. She said UKC fans will get hurts. Eagles all the way. See how she did that with Jalen Hurts last night?
yeah.
Yeah. The lovely say, I agree with what you're saying. The lovely say, I think it's more about time than money for both women and men.
Yeah, time, energy too.
So
time, energy.
well, let me ask you this then. If you got somebody that's already clearing $150K a year, don't you think that they're $150K a year guy or $150K a year young lady is probably working on making more? Most of the people that make 38,000 yearly, 50,000 yearly is probably has a job.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just have this working on their job, this working for somebody.
Yeah.
Once you get into the mid six figures, 9 times out of 10, you either have some type of managerial job, running your own business, or you have a job that requires a lot of hours.
Yeah.
And possibly, harder work.
Yeah.
You have your nurses and stuff like that can make, of around 150, 50K.
Yeah, like maxing out, like, because they're working so many hours.
Right. That make that kind of money, mid 100,000s, and they're working. So
yeah. Whereas like the typical is like managerial or something, like you said, where they still have like room to go.
They have room to go, but they spend a lot of time managing. Right. They do a lot of brain work.
Right.
So they're still, putting in the hours. And of course, the business owners, they don't do nothing but put in hours.
Yeah.
So, once you get up into the, the $500,000 people and up, those are the people who making the mailbox money, where they kind of got a lot of time, where they just made really good investments and somebody else is doing their work.
Right.
They're just owning the stuff.
Yeah, 150,000 is salary basically, or
right.
A successful small business. Yeah,
right.
It's very small business, but
yeah. And once you get off into, like I said, $500,000, million and up, then you have limited time.
I hear you.
But a lot, some of the guys that I know that's up there, they do a lot of traveling, they do a lot of stuff like that.
No one's doing the chores. That's paid for sure, right?
Right. Right. Yeah. They have maids and housekeepers. I'm sorry, and
they have an estate,
lawn service, and stuff like that. So
if it comes back down to energy, I say the same thing. If you're making 150,000 and you're using that energy and you're working hard to make more, and your mind and body may even be in it. I think it's a balance. So you're doing that, your partner should be at home, doing helping out on that front. Unless both of you are doing that, then both of y'all need to just y'all got money.
And if both of them doing that, they probably don't see much of each other anyhow.
Yeah.
The lovely says, no, Bodine says, you have to have understanding. I think what era you grew up in, the era he grew up in, the wife cook and clean, and the man handled the outside work, cars, and fixing certain things around the house.
I agree.
Okay. The Lovely said most women want a man who is handy, just like most men want a woman who is a homemaker.
I agree.
Bodine says a woman does not want a lazy ass man. And I know I don't want a lazy ass woman. He said, Vince, I guess it depends on what makes your relationship work. True that. Vicky said it doesn't matter who makes the most money. Just help out if something needs attention around the house. Just do it. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I agree with Vicky on that last note. I don't think it has to be one or the other. I think it's also just a matter of like it's always gonna be moving. I think both should be capable of taking care of stuff at the house.
Right. Yeah. No matter who make the money, I guess if both of them making $200,000 a year, you still see something need to be taken care of. Just take care of it.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, it wasn't. I don't think just listen to the video. It's a man-woman thing. I think it just was saying if BJ made $150,000 a year, should he have to come home and be a handyman? If
I would.
Yeah. If Vicky made $200,000 a year, should she have to still come home and cook and clean and do all these things? So, to me, I guess it just depends on, if you're making that kind of money, what type of job you have. If you, you super exhausted and you find yourself, doing more takeout, or, you look around and your house is a mess because you're super tired from working, then that's when you decide, damn, I need to pay somebody to come in and do this because I'm working so much. I'm tired when I get in.
Exactly.
And
I'm assuming I'm at a desk. If I'm, making 150,000, I'm assuming I'm at a desk. So if I come home, I'm like, yeah, I'll fix the wires on the garage, but we're gonna hire a plumber,
right.
I'll just take the things that I, may want
Now,
to do because I have energy.
Let me ask you this then. What's your take on if your lady say, hey, we still need them wires fixed in the garage. When you gonna get on that? And you say, it's Monday, and you say, I'll get it on Wednesday, Thursday. I got a short day. You come home, or you have a bad day at work, and you come home, you don't feel like it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And your lady say, well, you and I got your feet up, eating a bowl of ice cream or something. And she say, what about those wires? Oh, I'll get it later. I don't feel like it. It was kind of rough today. I'll get it later. So you got to keep that in mind.
Yeah, that's true.
The Lovely said, if your lady made $150,000 a year and never cooks because she doesn't have to, and you're constantly eating takeout, you will get sick of that sooner or later. Vicky said, I'm not waiting on my man to take out the trash, and he better not wait on me to wash dishes.
Okay. Hey, right.
Again, I think now you tell me, I'm looking at the video. I don't think they're saying man versus woman.
No, I don't think
they're not saying man versus woman. They're saying if you do that, I think what they're basically saying is if you're doing that and you make X amount a year, should you just hire somebody, or should you still be required to do it if you don't make that? I don't think they're saying one or the other, who has to do it before the other one.
I think they're inferring what you just said, but what they're straight up saying is, what they're straight up saying, if you make less than 50,000, you better be a slave in the house.
That's what they're saying. Yeah, that's what they're seeing. They're what the video is saying. They're not plugging man against woman. They're plugging what you making versus what you handling at the house, what you know, the shit you bring into the relationship. If you
I
only
hate-
make basically what they're saying there, BJ, if you ain't making 50,000 a year, what that girl said, if you ain't making but 38,000 a year, you better be able to do something else, or your ass is worthless.
Man.
Yeah.
Man.
Cause she sound like what she's saying is because you should be as a man making 138,000 a year. But if you only making 38,000, you better be doing XYZ. And that's what the guy's saying.
And I agree with what you said as a kind of explanation for that, where you were like, well, I think the assumption there is if you're only making 38,000, if you're only making 50,000, you're probably doing something part-time or something where it doesn't require a lot of energy. So like, yeah, I mean, you got the time.
Right.
I think that assumption is there, right? So
Mhm.
yeah.
'Cause let's put it this way. If you and your lady live in a house, today's houses at 300 plus thousand a year. I
Mhm.
mean, at let's say $350,000, a $350,000 home, you paying at least $3,500 a month for
Mhm.
this house. Okay, you got $3,500 house note. Let's say your lady got a car, it's $690 a month. He got a car, it's $885 a month. Okay.
Ooh.
So see what now the numbers are going up. You got a $350,000 plus house, then 9 times out of 10, you're talking about 29 and 33, 3,400 square feet.
Mm.
So your light bill in the summertime is going to be probably 500-600.
Mhm.
You know, then you got probably maybe 2 kids running around. You know, that's another $1,400 a month per kid. So basically, when you look at it that way and you add all of these things up and real life stuff,
Yeah.
that's what their video is saying. That if you're only bringing 38,000
Hear
in
that.
the house, then you need to be doing something else because
Yeah.
you got to compensate for the lack of you're bringing in the house. So
Yeah.
based off of that type of situation, that's what we was trying to get across what everybody would do. You know
I
what I
mean
mean?
that makes sense. When
Right.
you break it down, like 3,300 a year, 33,000 a year is less than $3,000 a month, and that's before taxes.
Right.
So, that mortgage, those kids, like, that whole check is going to something.
It's
So,
going to some that whole 33K living in 2023. It's
mhm,
not going to go far.
yeah, and that means the other partner is definitely
It's going to have to
carrying the
make up.
heavy load.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
based off of that, you're either going to really, really downsize where you live, in the area and in the way you're living,
Mm-hmm.
or they're saying you're going to have to step it up in another area. So we shouldn't have to hire no damn electrician if the damn lights go out. I mean, if we have something with something go out, you need to know how to fix that part.
Yeah.
And now we ain't hiring no lawn service because we got a nice side backyard in front yard. We're gonna go to Walmart and buy a push mower, and if it might take you 2 days to push it, but you only making 38,000. So
I think so what do you think would be okay. Obviously, you don't want them working a $33,000 job that's really taxing or a lot of hours when the other partner is completely capable of taking care of all the bills. So it's like, don't even bother for that little bit, like doing all that effort for that little bit. How about you put time into other things or into focusing on like maybe how to make more money, right?
yeah.
So maybe that's also a side of it of, like that $30,000, $50,000 job, it's not doing anything for us anyways. So you might as well just be like a stay-at-home, mechanic, a stay-at-home maid, or in the meantime, like trying to figure out what you're gonna do to make more. Maybe that's I don't know. But I don't see someone making like $200,000 and their partner making $36,000, I don't see them wanting to keep. I don't see them wanting them to keep that job.
Yeah, that's typically. I mean, that wouldn't be smart.
Yeah.
Because if you're doing 200,000, 9 times out of 10, you can afford to pay her a salary.
Yeah.
Probably 80,000. So
Yeah.
yeah. So I mean, yeah. I mean, yeah. In the perfect world, of course, you don't want them making just 38,000 a year, but you know.
Mhm.
Vicky said the amount of money you make does not determine how hard you work. Again, like me and you talked about this earlier, man. I think once you get up into the $500,000 a year people,
Mhm.
then you're not really working as hard.
And I agree with you on that.
Yeah, that's at that point, then you got residual money coming in for something you created, where you don't really have to work that hard, where you either got real estate in homes or something.
Yeah.
But if you're doing 100, if you're doing 200,000 and under, your ass is working.
Right.
You
Like
working.
anybody making, I mean, we could probably trust that anybody making $500,000 plus a year is not like working like office salary, like a typical office job. Like you said, that's residual, that's them sitting on something they already created, that's coming back,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know the actual numbers, statistics on it, but I bet the average salary is nowhere near $500,000.
No. No, that's a different bracket, man.
Yeah.
But I can guarantee, I would say anybody that's doing 250,000 and under, they're probably putting in a lot of hours.
Right.
A lot of
That's like
time, a
right
lot of
about there.
hours. Yeah.
Like a
Anybody
CEO probably like
right.
right. Yeah.
But anybody $500,000, yeah, you got a couple of businesses, you have a couple of properties. This, where you probably generating this type of revenue. So other than that, you working some hours, and it may not be hard, but it's gonna be time consuming.
Man. The Lovely said, I also think it depends on the type of work you do. You can make 30,000 a year and your job is very physical labor, and you can make 150,000 a year sitting at a desk. So who will you respect more? The person making 150,000 a year at a desk, because if you're, I'm just saying, that's me.
I mean, I respect both of them because they both getting up going to work. But I mean, the key is to want to work smarter and not harder if you can help it.
Yeah.
But I mean, sometimes people put themselves in positions, man, where they can only make 30,000 a year because of their past. And then sometimes you have some people who they just want a job. They don't look for nothing more.
Right.
And that's pretty sad to somebody like me and you, but you can't knock those people because that's the way they feel. Some people are okay with doing 38,000 a year. You can't say they ain't working.
Yeah.
And they've just built their lifestyle to where they don't want much.
But I doubt that person is choosing a very physical, laborious job, right?
No, I don't. No, I doubt it either, man.
Right. But the person that probably is like working a very physical, like hard labor job at 30,000 a year, like their partner probably isn't making 150,000 plus and all that. Like they're probably both struggling.
Yeah.
That's what I would think.
You're not going to be working a super physical warehouse job making 35,000 a year and your lady makes 150,000, or 200,000. That's not going to happen.
No.
Yeah, that's not going.
It shouldn't. It shouldn't.
It's not going to work out. It's not
Yeah,
going to work
it
out.
shouldn't. Bodine said, BJ, that won't work because if that lady comes home and you're on the couch with your feet kicked up, it's gonna cause more problems. You might be just taking a break or something. That's true. Maybe she is making 150,000 plus a year and she won't let him quit his hard labor, warehouse 38,000 a year job.
Could be. It could be. Because you heard women say, hell, as long as his ass working.
Mm-hmm.
You don't hear guys say. I've never heard a guy say that, but I've heard ladies say, as long as he working, as long as he getting up doing something. So they just be wanting to get up and do something other than going over do dirt high, playing video game.
So then in that case, I mean, could we say like it is a split between men and women? Because what she was saying was if he's making that much, he still needs to come home and do all this, mechanical stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then, I mean, what we just, and I agree with you from the guy's perspective, if the guy's making more and the woman's making less, the guy's probably not stressed about it. He probably doesn't want her to work anyways.
He may not, but I mean, if he do, the dude still was saying on the video, she still got to wash clothes. She got to fold my clothes. She got to make my sandwiches. She got to do this. She got to do that. He said on the video.
Yeah. I don't know. These people are crazy with this ticket. I can't play games like that. I don't do that.
Right. Yeah. It's I don't know, man. I agree. You just do what you can. If you're a guy and you make 200,000 a year, something's going on at the house that you take care of it.
Take care of it.
If something's going on at the house where you want to I don't know, you have a tree or something fall in the yard and you can cut it up. So it just depends, man, on what kind of time you have on your hands and what you're willing to do.
Yeah.
But it is important. You're gonna have to make sure you keep him or her happy, because it can get ugly.
Man, oh man,
it can get ugly.
We appreciate that, Bodine. He said, "Great show."
Yeah, man, appreciate it, man. So did everybody give us their picks that was on here? I guess so.
We got quite a few. I would say pretty dang near close to everyone that was in here.
Okay. So I'm gonna tell you, man, and whoever listening, you got a few weeks to think about it, but everything stay the same. Philadelphia Eagles will take this one, and they will take this one because of the front seven.
The front seven.
They will take this one because of the front seven. Philadelphia has the number 4 best down 4 linemen, defensive linemen, in they're number 4 in football history, meaning that their 4 down guys has accumulated more sacks than any but 3 teams in the NFL history. History.
Dang.
So that means each one, the defensive end, both defensive ends and both tackles are in double-digit sacks for the year, for the season. That's unheard of, man. It's typically the outside guys who can make it to that. But these guys, look here, man, these guys go get it. And so I don't care what type of quarterback you are. When you running for your life, it gets real hard for you. It gets real hard. Patrick Mahomes is the best quarterback in football, but when he's running, and you got to remember, he has that high ankle sprain.
Oh.
And if you anybody and you know about sports injuries, Bodine can confirm this. When you got that high ankle sprain, man, it is the worst injury to have. That high ankle sprain. It is gruesome, bro. And it's hard to get over. Only thing that heals it is rest. He don't have a 2 weeks. He has to practice, so he has to be on it. So that's gonna be real hard on him, man. And then Philly's defense is incredible. They're incredible, man. So with
That makes
being
me
said,
cringe. Ugh,
yeah.
I hate ankle sprains.
Yeah, it's and then he aggravated it some yesterday with some of the things he had to do.
Yeah.
He had to
Oh,
do
they
it.
got to pivot as a. Oh
All that,
man.
man. He got to take off running. He got to throw on the run. He got to plant that foot. He got to do a lot, man. That's going to hinder him. Cuz I'm telling you, man, you better listen to me, boy. I know this game. You know I know this game. I do this shit. I'm like Denzel said when in training day, man, when he had that shotgun. You know, I'm surgical with this. Bro, when it comes down to them two teams, man, you always pick the best pass rushing team. I'm telling you, you will never go wrong. I'm gonna give you an example. When Cam Newton was Superman, man, Denver got after him, man. Von Miller went bananas, and he couldn't do nothing. Superman turned in the lower lane. When Tom Brady was at the top of his game, and Eli and them guys met him in the Super Bowl, Justin Tuck, Osi Umenyiora, them guys had Tom Brady where he couldn't breathe, man. Every time he raised up, they was on his ass, man. He was the best quarterback in football that season. They was on his ass. Telling you. That front seven will bust a pipe, man. Yeah.
That's the yin yang of football. That's the harmony right there. The balance.
The love it real quick. Some people are workers and some people are builders and managers. Some people service and some people are entrepreneurs. You can't have one without the other. Broderick say, KC, he'll be all right. He won't listen. His head hard. Bodine said, I think it would be a good game. And then he said he ride with it. He ride with Mahomes. He a hometown boy, man. So
put some money on it.
You gonna ride with Pat Mahomes. That's good, man. I mean, ride on.
Any given Sunday. What's that? Was that a movie reference?
It's a movie reference, man. He didn't hear anything I just said, did he?
No.
Damn. Anyway, so listen, we're gonna cut this one off, man. Great show, man. Appreciate it, BJ, man. I want to thank everybody for joining us tonight. I know it's cold in a lot of areas, man. Y'all stay warm. Try to stay with vitamin C in you so we don't get sick. I know it's hard for a lot of people this year. Everybody's getting sick, getting well, get sick, get well because of this weather, man. So if you don't have to be in it, don't get in it. If you got to be in it, wrap up. Stay, keep yourself together. And yeah, what's up, buddy?
And apparently you should try and keep your nose warm. Because apparently, if your nose is cold, you catch sicknesses easier. I don't know. That's what I saw on the internet. So take it as you may.
Right. All right, buddy. We're gonna get up out of here, man. Y'all have a good Tuesday and come back and get with us on Wednesday. Peace.